Thanks for tuning in to episode 3 of TalkTroopers.com. Believe it or not, I believe we're actually getting better at this. But make sure you go and check out TalkTroopers.com. We will be putting on there, we're working on getting a link on there where you can click on it and leave messages that we can air, given, it's clean. Maybe even let you do the intro to the show. We scratch your back, you scratch ours, other way around. Nothing too dirty, but you know what I mean. But otherwise, enjoy the show.
Simple's good.
Yeah. But enough of that. I got a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, remember when we were talking about the new Xbox, the new PlayStation, and we are talking about chances are we're probably not going to go that route. And then we're talking about...
Okay, which one did you get?
I got neither one, and I am not getting either one. My mind is even more set on not getting either one. One, I know you weren't happy about Bethesda getting bought by Xbox. And
well, not so much that they bought them, it's just what that indicates. It's like Disney buying Fox. It's the end.
It might be, and as selfish and spiteful as this sound, I almost would like to see it happen a little bit. I don't want to see it happen because we need competition, and I think competition's good. But I was watching some videos and stuff on, just while I'm working, I have YouTube going in the background, and I'm listening to it. And I got on this like Dreamcast kick here. And I didn't know this because, the marketing between, not even the marketing, the companies between Sega USA and Sega Japan just did not get along. They did not communicate well. They told each other things that didn't happen. Japan actually, I think, might have been a little bit of a bigger dink about it because they released the Saturn when the 32X had just come out, making people not trust the US market in that. But one of the things I didn't realize is when the Dreamcast got released, it broke records for at that time. I didn't know that. I didn't realize it did so well. I just assumed the Sony PlayStation 2 just kicked it out of the water, which eventually it did, but not right away, even though Dreamcast, of course, was released first. So it really makes me wonder if maybe even with all the marketing and all that crap, if they would have had a DVD player in there, if that could have been the tilting on it. But one of the things I didn't realize while I was watching this is Circuit City and like KB Toys and stuff, even though I don't believe they held to it, they swore they wouldn't sell another console from Sega after the either the 32X or the Saturn debacle, one or the other. And then PlayStation got exclusive rights with one of them and some other place like that, and they bought up a bunch of things too. And it got me thinking, I'm like, oh, this might be karma finally coming back 21 years later. Because that was $99.99 that the Dreamcast. So even actually longer than that, because it wasn't the Dreamcast that happened. But I didn't realize there was like 14 main titles. I forgot there was. I mean, I did know at the time, but I forgot there was no EA on the Dreamcast. 2K was all their stuff, and it was bounds better than EA. And yeah, so I thought about that after we were talking about that, because I actually have some Microsoft news too, which I found funny is people are complaining about how hot it is. And I'm like, wait a second, don't they complain about that to every console every time a new one gets released? Why are we still worried about that? But maybe because the red ring of death with the very first 360, but even the PS5 gets hot. I mean, they're super freaking computers. I mean,
yeah, they're going to run fast. You want them to run fast, right? Well, that's going to create heat.
Yeah. Plus, I want the heat coming out of it. I don't want to stay in it.
Wouldn't that be something that just explode?
Yeah. It's the more.
Gotta be honest, I thought you were gonna tell me that you got two of them sitting behind you, and you're gonna like reveal them in some big grand manner.
No, I'm not doing it.
So what's the question?
So Mike, I forgot. I went on that big spiel. Oh, my question was gonna be about the.
Sucks to be old, folks. It sucks to be old.
It is. It's horrible. It's so horrible. No, my question was going to be is if the Dreamcast did have DVD support, do you think you would have went that way instead of the PlayStation 2? Or did that not make a difference for you?
I would have gone also. I wouldn't have just gone. Because at the time I was doing Nintendo. When the PlayStation 1 came out, I was still doing Nintendo as well. But I jumped off of Nintendo after the 64 and went to PlayStation exclusively. Because I didn't get the GameCube. But if the Dreamcast had a DVD, I probably would have gotten that one as well.
I forgot about the GameCube. That's a good point, because I I did go N64, but I did not do Super Nintendo, but I did not do the GameCube. The controller, which surprisingly is really comfortable once you get used to it, I didn't like that controller, so I never used it.
That's where I was, and I didn't like the look of the box. It looked cheap. Like the GameCube, that thing's gonna break. I'm not gonna buy that. But now, I mean, I've had the GameCube and it plays well. I like the games on there, and the controller's cool. So I'm kind of upset that I didn't go with it initially. But
Yeah, I think that was a missed one for me too. I would agree with that. But you have a Wii, so you could that has GameCube support.
yeah, I played. And you could plug in the GameCube controller, which is where I played most of the GameCube games.
Yeah. Yeah, the Wii U, I have the adapter that'll let you play the game, put the GameCube in. Well, you saw the controllers I have too, which hook into the nunchuck. I'd use those anyways. But the Wii U, there's you can modify it where it'll play the GameCube. Like it's a soft modification. You don't have to like solder anything or anything like that.
I mean, the GameCube, remember it had a handle on it? It looked like a lunchbox when you would hold it. I'm like, that thing's never gonna stand up. And of course, back then, being a punk, like Nintendo stuff will survive nuclear holocaust. It's that well made. So I should have been worried about it.
I know I should have got it. If you know the control, so you could get a monitor for it that went on the top of it, kind of like I have one for one of my old PlayStation 1s where the monitor comes up and you can play it portably.
I remember that for the PlayStation, yeah.
Yeah, they had one for the GameCube, and then they had the bottom attachment that let you play Game Boy Advance games, which then you could also get connectors that let you use your Game Boy Advanced. I think you could do Advanced and SP as controllers. In some games, it interacted with it, and they had all these different things in it. And now in hindsight, I realized I was really dumb being that stubborn over that.
And now you're like, the Switch could have all this stuff. It could have the ports for the GameCube. It could have the ports for the 2D, and the 3DS, the Game Boys. I mean, they could do anything to that now.
Yeah, I don't really understand why they don't do that. Well, you know, they're talking the Pro again, or the Switch 2 or whatever that will be. But I'm really wondering, will that system have some more stuff? And well, one of my big concerns is, that was actually going to be another question I was going to ask you, is what would it take for you to buy another Switch if they came out with another one? Because one of my concerns is I own so many DSs. And now I think about it, I'm like, why'd they come out with so many DSs? And then I'm like, oh yeah, because idiots like me.
It would have to be a very marked improvement over the Switch right now. And I would need it like 3-4 years from now. If it came out right now, I'd reject it instantly just because it's too quick. It's like the Wii U.
Yeah. When did the Switch get released? It's been a few years already.
November, I think maybe 2 years ago.
No, it had to be longer than that.
I think it's only 2 years.
I think the Lite's been out for 2 years.
No, that came out last year, I think.
Did
Or maybe
it?
very early this year.
Quarantine's got me all screwed up.
I don't know. Why would Nintendo screw with it right now? You can't find them anywhere anyway. Why would you make another one?
Yeah, no kidding. It, well, because they want to drag money out of you.
Yeah, but they're doing it right now. You can't find a Switch anywhere. They don't need, I mean, they're getting the money from you.
That's true. They're hard to find. I didn't realize that at first because, well, one, I have one. Wow, it's only been 3 years.
Yeah, see, I didn't think it was that long.
It feels longer than that for some reason. Huh.
I didn't get one until November that year.
I don't remember when I
it was
got
a Black
one.
Friday sale.
Mine was one of those ones where what was it? I think Ross and I, Kendall might have been with us too. We were just driving and we were kind of heading towards a Shopko. We were going home, but the direction we were going was towards a Shopko, and you couldn't get them anywhere. And I just told Ross, I'm like, contact Shopko. Why not? And they said they had one. They wouldn't hold it. I'm like, I'm 5 minutes away. I'm on my way. And I just went and picked it up. I wouldn't have bought it for any reason other than the fact that everyone kept saying it was so hard to get, and I found one. Oh, son of a... Now I get it. Nintendo is the best at it.
They've been doing it the longest.
Yeah.
They should be the best at it.
Yeah, PlayStation's probably the worst, or Sony's probably the worst at it. Even though it wasn't totally their fault, another website sent the pre-orders out, but they should have shut it down as soon as they knew about it. And then Microsoft, I'm curious what's going to happen if there's going to, when it opens up, well, there'll be some on the shelves where people can just walk in and get them. Turns out, from what I'm hearing, they're not going to have a supply issue.
No, I heard that too, that they're going to be pretty widely available right away.
Yeah, I mean, it was a debacle ordering them, but everyone got all upset at Microsoft, and I'm thinking to myself, well, Yeah, Microsoft's site crashed. I heard there was issues with Amazon. I heard there was issues with all of them, and I'm like, well, how do you get ready for that? Um,
Well, it's not their first one. They should know by now what their fan base is going to be, at least. I mean, how well did the 360 sell? How well did the one sell? Then you go from there.
I don't know. There's so many variables when it comes to ordering online, though. Plus, did it do better than the 360 did? Like, I get it. You should be able to forecast this stuff, but sometimes I wonder if,
But you can't. It could be completely front end loaded. You could have just the rabid fan base that have to have it right away, and then it just dies, and they sit there. You don't know. I guess you don't know that part.
Yeah, I'm curious to how that'll go. I at least give. Well, I mean, PlayStation had the same issue. I mean, all the companies did. So I mean, they're all even on being turds on that. It'll be interesting to see once they're released if they are actually available. I'll give credit to Microsoft. I'm not picking one up still.
When are they supposed to come out?
I don't even know. Honestly, I've been trying not to worry about it too much because of the fact that I don't want to accidentally buy one.
I guess if you win, that Taco Bell's got that promotion right now. Where if you enter and win one, I guess they send it right to you. Somebody said that they were sending them out already.
Really? Is it November 10th or? I want to say it's in November. Original Xbox was in 2001, November of 2001. That's crazy. It was that long ago. Yeah, I don't know.
The worst controller ever created.
Yeah, it didn't take them long to redo that though. At least they did
that.
Yeah. Wasn't there some weird thing where you could trade in your other one for the S or something like that?
I don't know. I've never had an Xbox, so I never really paid attention. I only ever played it when I was with you.
And I only got it because we worked at Sears. One got returned, and it wasn't supposed to go back on the shelf. It was supposed to go back to the company, and they marked it way down, so I bought it.
No, why not?
I still have it to this day. It doesn't work unless I have the mod chip turned on it. But as long as I have the mod chip turned on, it's good.
So this next one will probably come out sometime in November since the other ones did.
Yeah, they seem to all be...
Shouldn't there be a date for this? Why can't you find it?
Because I'm an idiot. It just says 2020. Oh, November 10th. Oh, so I was right. It was November 10th. Hey, I was right on something. That's not that far away.
Unfortunately, no.
It's the 8th. It's only it's 33 days away. That's crazy. When's the PlayStation? Well, I'm guessing the PlayStation will be around. Well,
It's got to be around there.
It's got to be because they don't want to miss out on the holiday sales.
And you wouldn't want to be the second one released, would you? Unless you're sure that the other one's not that big a deal.
Yeah. You would think you wouldn't want to be, but if you're having supply issues, it might benefit you to be. The Dreamcast did fantastic. From what I found out, it set records. Once again, I was not aware of that, but it didn't make a
wouldn't think
difference.
as fast as that thing was crushed and gotten rid of that it didn't do very well.
Yeah, that's what I always thought. It just churned out. Yeah.
But the last thing you want is to release your stuff, and that first week they sit there and they're like, "Oh, they're readily available." That looks bad.
Yeah, you don't want it sitting on a shelf. That is bad.
November 12th, 2 days later.
Yeah, remember? Oh, Circuit City was still open, and I want to say it was you, me, Kuiper, maybe Schmitty, and we were in the De Pere. Yeah, it was because we were in the De Pere hotel, and there was a Walmart or something, and we had a few to drink, but we went over to the store. Remember, we were trying to find one.
Yep.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
We tried it again with the Wii too when we were up there.
That I think might have been the more lit up time.
I thought it was PlayStation.
I don't think the PlayStation was out yet. We were looking.
Oh well, it was. We had a few, so it's not.
That's true.
Not a big jump that I can't remember which one it was.
It could have been an Atari for all we remember. That was a rough.
That one I remember because I was pretty young. Remember the days we didn't have to go through all this rigmarole? You wanted a Super Nintendo, you went and got a goddamn Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
With 2 controllers and a game in it.
The funny thing is, though, for me, and actually from talking to you, I think it might be the same for you. For me, it's still not an issue because I don't buy things on release day all the time. Sometimes I do, not always. But like the Switch, they had one in stock. I got that one.
That's what I did.
The NES Classic, I didn't get that right away, but it was a price point where I was just like, I can't do it. And then I regretted it once it was gone, and then I'm like, nope, that's all right. It wasn't meant to be. And then I fell across one anyways on sale, and I'm like, well, I guess it was meant to be. It was just one of those things. I didn't need it. I got it. I've never had a problem getting a system.
I only found those two because I wasn't looking for them.
Yeah, that's how it always works. Yeah.
If I had been looking for them and searching for them and pulling my hair out, never would have saw them. But I just walked through Best Buy one day. Oh, look, there's a Super Nintendo Classic. Target. Oh, look, the NES Classic's back in stock.
I think the only one
That simple.
Yeah, the only one I ever had trouble getting was not even a console. It was the Wii Fit, and you couldn't get rid of those things. They were stacked a mile high, and I was like, well, I'm not buying one of those for the house. I could just see how my wife would take that. Here's your vacuum cleaner for a gift. And all of a sudden, she's talking about how she'd like to have one, and I'm like, well, son of a, I'll go get one, and sold out. And I had everyone looking everywhere. I think my sister ended up finding one at Walmart. That's how I ended up getting it. And then now it collects dust. It barely got used at all.
Like all the Wii accessories that you added onto that, the fishing poles and the tennis rackets.
Yeah, the only fishing pole that was worth anything, and I'm going to say PlayStation 2's was probably pretty good too, since even though I never played it, even though I do now own one, is the Dreamcast one. I played the crap out of Sega Bass Fishing 2. I don't know why. It is really fun.
What was the PlayStation one with the big ball on the end of it that lit up?
Oh, I have it. The Move. That was.
I had that. I used it like twice.
That was actually a good system. It just wasn't supported. But those Move controllers, they're great because they're really cheap to find. And the PlayStation VR, which I bought, which didn't come with the Move controllers and the camera and everything, I was able to pick all that stuff up cheaply afterwards. I wasn't aware.
I still got mine in the box, I think.
Yeah, I wasn't aware there was two PSVRs, and so I bought the cheaper one on Black Friday. I mean, got a killer deal on it. And then when it didn't have the parts, I'm like, oh crap. So I went to one of the local game stores here, and they had two Move controllers used, and I'm like, yep, I'll take those. And then I had good timing on that because after that they started going up in price. I think people started figuring things out on that.
Yeah, I'm done with add-ons. Just give me the thing.
Yeah, I'm a little irritated on. So that first Zelda game, was it Twilight or which one was it? The first one on the 3DS.
Switch, 3DS.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
you had to like blow the fires out and stuff like that. And,
Breath of the Wild, I think.
yeah, and it was a neat novelty at first. In fact, it was a pretty good game. I liked throwing the boomerang with the touchscreen, stuff like that. I mean, it was a good game. I still this day never beat it. It was harder than hell. I don't even know if you beat it. I remember asking you, and you were like, "I'm still playing it."
Yeah, I got stuck on it, and then it hit the drawer with the rest of them.
Yeah, that's what mine did too. But it was a fun game. It was. It just it got monotonous after a while. And I actually think about bringing it back out once in a while. But the PlayStation 5 controllers, you can blow on them. And I'm like, really? That I don't want that anymore. I just want a controller. If I want extra accessories and crap, sell me an extra accessories.
So that'll be used in 2 games, and then people just forget about it. It'll be like, it's such a bitch to program that, and we're not going to do it anymore.
Yeah, it'll be just like the 3DS.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did not need to exist. In fact, as far as I'm concerned, going forward with games having reverse capability with future systems, don't put that stuff in unless you have a way to come back and put it in somehow.
Reverse capability is points of pipe dream. They're not doing it anymore.
I don't know. Xbox ramped up even some more now. They got more. They say are 100%.
Yeah, but that doesn't count. All you do is, you go into a mainframe and download it from there.
No, there's
not exactly reverse capability.
No, I think you're supposed to be able, as long as you get the disc version, you're supposed to be able to put the disc in.
Well, I don't know. I didn't hear anything.
My 360 does that. I know if I put the original in my 360, it plays it. It doesn't download anything.
I had one of the PS3s that you could go back.
Oh, yeah. You had the 80 gig original that could do it actually had the emulation capability built in, which they ended up going away from, unfortunately.
Yep, still got that. I used to, at the end there, I was using it more for that than I was the PS3 games because I beat them all.
I had to buy a new PlayStation 2. I had one. Then I got my hands on another one because I bought a big box of games at a thrift sale for a really good price, and it just had a PS2 in it. I didn't need it. And then Eckert's broke or something, and I let him have one, and then mine broke, and I'm like, son of a... I shouldn't have sold that or got rid of it. So I went and got another one.
You're rough on your stuff. You break everything, except your 360s that you have 5 of.
Yeah, those things have pieces falling off them. I bought them with pieces falling off them. No, I think if I clean the laser on the one that stopped working, I think it'll start working. I haven't taken the time to do it.
Would need to if you can get the S5 and it's reverse capable. You don't need it.
It's well, the 5 is
S5, my mistake. I just combined them both into one.
the S5. Yeah, the S5 won't do it though. It
That is now the name of that system, by the way, the S5.
oh
Too
geez,
bad.
now
If you don't
I'm
like it.
calling it that now. Jesus.
Yep, too bad. It's stuck.
the-
S5 now.
Yeah, the squishy 5. The yeah, I wish they would have if PlayStation would have done reverse capability on their disc version, like full backwards. I don't care if it's emulation as long as it works. A lot of people are like, oh,
I'd have bought it. I'd have bought it.
yeah, I'd have a ding for that in my credit card right now. But that I was out of it.
I wouldn't buy any PS5 games, but I'd have that for that.
No, I wouldn't either. I would just be for that. And if I happen to get a PS5 game, fine. Well, I have the PlayStation Plus membership, so you get they're probably going to give you a free game every month, I'd imagine. Maybe not right away. They got to get the catalog first, but it.
Well, the catalog is just PS4 games with a shine on them.
Yeah, if you buy a PS4 game, I'm one of those people. I don't believe they should have to give you the upgrade to PS5 for free. But at the same time, if they do, I'm not going to turn it down. But when you're buying a game and then they want to charge you full price for it on the PS5. So like the Spider-Man game, I guess if you buy that new one, well, in order to get the upgraded original Spider-Man, you have to buy the Miles Morales one, and then you still have to go back and rebuy the other one. And I'm thinking to myself, how good are those graphics? I mean, it's PS4 capable. I'm fine with just playing my PS4 version. I don't need to pay to have an enhancement on it.
And it wasn't like the first wave of PS4 games. That was pretty late in the run, that Spider-Man game. So what could they really have done to it?
Yeah. I mean, I be honest, I didn't play it that much. We got it. Kendall played it a little bit. I didn't play it that much, but from what I saw, it looks good. I just have a really hard time sitting down for like games that are really long. It's one of the things I really like about the Switch. I don't have to be in one spot. I can play it on my TV right in front of me because my wall mount dock is up on the wall in front of me. And then if I want to go, just pull it out of the dock, throw the Joy-Cons on there. Actually, there's Joy-Cons on it all the time because when I play, I have the Joy-Cons on that plastic middle piece. And then I can just go. It's another reason why, like Stadia, Game Pass, all those, anything I can do mobile, that I love those. It's I can play them anywhere. The console actually for me is I'm always doing something. I don't have time to sit down, and I try to. I'll try. Oh, that was loud. That was in my ear. Could you hear that?
I didn't hear that. No, I didn't hear that one. I saw it come up on your screen, but I didn't hear it.
Yeah, Angie's out shopping for senior pictures clothes with Kendall.
See if they got an S5.
Yeah, she'll be out there till they're released probably. But
If she's got a Target, I got a list of figures for her to look for.
Oh, I was just there. You should send me a list. I go to Target quite often. I go there more than she does.
Yeah, I'm there all the time because they have the NECA figures, and that's what I got to get.
Yeah. Didn't they? They came out with a bunch more, didn't they?
I strictly stick with like the horror movie ones. I got all the Jasons now. The Part 7 is coming out in January. I'm waiting for Ghostface to come out in November, and the Creeper from Creepshow is coming out. And there's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original movie 2-pack that they have that I can't find.
Oh, okay. I'll keep my eye open for that because they did have it. I could have swore Ghostface was out already.
He could be. I mean, he's supposed to be November, but down here they go fast. I mean, NECA sometimes sends them out early, so you could see him. I got the Trick or Treat Sam early, so.
Yeah. Oh, I saw that one there. Yeah. The Ghostface I'm thinking is not the one you want. They did have one. It's the Toonie one, like the Bruce Campbell I got.
Yes, I'm not doing those. I'm doing the real toys, the Ultimate figures. They're $30 each.
Yeah, the ones that look like they've been 3D scanned in and stuff.
Yep. Oh, they're perfect. Yeah, I love them.
I have the Bruce Campbell one of that also, and that thing is amazing.
Yep, I got one of those from Walmart, and then Walmart has a Super Shredder from Ninja Turtles 2. It's like the regular figure's like 6 to 7 inches. This one's like 12 inches tall. It's huge.
Jesus.
Well, it's supposed to be a Super Shredder. He was bigger in the movie than he was.
Yeah, he wasn't twice his height though.
I
mean, don't get me wrong.
He might have been.
I'm not complaining. That's awesome.
I think he might have been because when Leonardo walks up to him, he's like only up to his like stomach.
I gotta watch that again. I really like those. And I remember seeing the third.
I like the first two.
Yeah, I remember seeing the third one in the theaters, and I walked out going, "Oh my God, what happened?" It,
Telling you
I,
is because they were finishing Turtles 2 when they started 3 and they couldn't use the costumes and they looked so cheap and awful.
I mean, I had a guilty pleasure for it. The fourth movie that they did the animation for, even that one, I have a guilty pleasure for. Uh,
The TMNT, the computer animated one.
yeah, it's basically part
Yeah,
four.
yeah.
Um, I would have rather seen a different story going on in it, but I thought it was well done. In fact, I liked it better than three, but obviously nothing beats the first two. I mean, those are just classics. If you could meld the first two together, nothing would ever beat those, Turtles wise. It's because I mean, I don't know. The only complaint I have is there's something about April I didn't like.
In which one? Because there were two different actresses.
Both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I liked the first one better. And then I think there was a contract dispute, like she argued for more money and they
I'm sure,
said
yeah.
no or
That's what it
something like
always
that.
is.
Yeah, yeah. And then I don't know. Those were
Then
good
they got to
movies.
sit you down and be like, no one's here necessarily to see you.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's yeah, the one of the things are, and unfortunately I don't think we'll ever get it back. I shouldn't say we'll never get it back again, is back then, like Star Wars New Hope is actually a pretty slow burn movie, even though it's really well done. But back then, that was like, the special effects and everything were amazing. And now you can do anything with special effects. And when I say you almost won't ever have it again, because you'll have little things like The Sixth Sense with M. Night Shyamalan. Like he did an amazing job with no special effects, actually. So, I mean, there will still be those. Tarantino has some of them. Rodriguez has some of them. There'll still be moments where you're like, oh, that is awesome.
Well,
But
Rodriguez does all that shit in his own garage.
yeah, yeah, no kidding. Well, that's what you get for pissing off the SAG, I guess.
Hey, he made a decent career out of it.
Yeah, I love the fact that the movies he made for his kids, the Spy Kids movies, Machete's a main character. And when I say main, I mean he's an offside character, but
Yeah.
he's a main character still. It just I mean, that's just hilarious because his name is Machete in those. I still have not seen the Machete movie. I mean, I've seen enough of the previews to know that that is not a Spy Kids movie for kids, but
The
um,
first one is pretty decent. The second one is awful. And not in that fun, awful way.
kind of we got to ride this wave a little bit. Let's just get something kicked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens a lot. I don't care who the person is. Actually, Tarantino's probably the only one I think of that maybe wouldn't do that because he always said he wanted to make like 10 or 12 movies and that's it because he just wanted them to be really good.
Yeah,
Um,
he says he's got one. He's still sticking with that. He says his next one's his last one.
how many movies has he made now? Has it been 10
9.
or 10?
It's 9.
Oh, really? I mean, as long as he takes his time and he does a good job with it, I don't mind if he keeps making movies. Well, even if they're crap, I don't mind if he does. I just won't watch him. But that's not
I
true.
think that's what he's trying to avoid.
Is becoming to the point where it's just crap and
He doesn't want to like go past his prime. Like, oh man, remember old Tarantino? I don't think he wants to be that.
yeah, that's probably a good call. It's I mean, he doesn't need to. The guy's
No,
a
I mean,
multi-millionaire. It's
I guess he doesn't want to become Spielberg doing Indiana Jones 5 or stepping away now. He stepped away, I guess.
oh God, thank God. That does not need to happen. That
It does not.
it doesn't even need a reboot. Not a reboot. It does not need to be remade.
Nope, just leave it.
Yeah, because it's a period piece. So even watching the older movies is good enough. You don't need anything else.
Yeah, they're not modern. It's not like you got to redo the effects.
Yeah, it's
Well, it's under Disney's umbrella now, so they're gonna, if they think they can get a buck out of it, they're gonna attach that leech.
was that a Fox?
It was Lucasfilm. It was Paramount.
Oh,
Paramount put them out, but it's
yeah.
Lucasfilm. They bought Lucasfilm, so
Oh, then that's not good. Yeah. Ugh. We're gonna get another one then.
of course we're gonna get like 5 more because they've ruined Star Wars, so they gotta move on to something else.
Yeah, I don't know. That's not gonna be good. I won't
And I
watch
think
it.
they're running out of animated movies that they can tear apart and make awful too into live action trash.
I would like to see something like well, we talked about this last time, was Thou Shall Not Kill Except, the Strikers War. So I read a little bit more. I don't know if you read all the stuff I put on the picture that I had up on
Yeah, I saw that.
I so it sounds like Strikers War is that movie, but Strikers War also was a short that they did. And so now I really want to watch that Blu-ray I have. Because I watched it on, what do you call it? I watched it on VHS. And obviously there's no extras on there. Crap, it was grainy as hell, but I still watched it. So now that I have it on Blu-ray, I'm wondering if I have the, like if it had, like a lot of times they throw in as an extra, they throw that bit in there.
I like the original title. I like Thou Shalt Not Kill Except. I like that title better.
Oh, I do too. And I like the cover art on it too with the skull and everything.
Yeah.
There's a version of Evil Dead. I want to say it might be Army of Darkness, actually. It might not be Evil Dead, but I think it was a foreign version, not an American release, where Into the Woods was actually on it, the short that they made to make Evil Dead. Yeah, I'd love to. No, it's probably on YouTube now. I probably can look for it, but I'd love to get my hands on that.
That brings up something. Why does Europe get this stuff? There are movies, right?
Yeah, I don't.
Why should they get to see? They get Wonder Woman like 3 weeks before we do. Why should they get that?
We have a lot of weird restrictions. I don't know about the Wonder Woman one, but like when
I'm just using an example. I don't know if that's the case anymore, but they would get like Avengers 2 weeks before we would. Why? How is that fair?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. In fact, why would you want to do that? Wouldn't you be worried it would get leaked?
Oh yeah.
I mean, a lot of bootlegs are from China. They have subtitles on them and stuff.
Yeah, I don't understand why we would get it first.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. That doesn't make any sense to me. I've always
I would not expect a foreign movie to come here first.
No, or ever.
Well, there are some good ones.
There's some. Yeah, I shouldn't have said that. There's actually some really good movies out there. Once we remake them. No, I'm joking. There's especially Japanese movies. Those things, if they're dubbed, I can't stand subtitles. I don't read fast to begin with, and I want to watch the movie. I don't want to read subtitles. But horror movies.
Dubbing depends so much on the voice person they get.
Yeah.
To dub it, because that can ruin the entire experience if you get the wrong voice.
That's what's awesome about Antonio Banderas for people who live like in Mexico or watch Spanish making movies. He does both of the languages.
Yeah, I remember he did it for Puss in Boots. He did an entire different track in Spanish.
Yeah, I mean, how awesome is that for someone who's listening to it in that track? It's
you actually get his same voice, but in Spanish. That was cool.
Yeah, all the little mannerism and everything to it. It's the only thing is it's still a crapshoot to the other actors doing the rest of it.
Yeah, but since he's the main one, I mean, it's not so much make or break on maybe a supporting character.
Yeah, for Puss in Boots, definitely. Shrek could be a little rougher.
God, I hate Shrek. I can't.
What are you talking about? You love Shrek.
No, I don't. I like the supporting cast, but Shrek himself is awful.
Oh.
And I mean, I guess he's supposed to be that way, but when the main character is that insufferable through 4 movies, you're like, just, ugh.
I remember I don't remember what it was. There was a Shrek movie you were going to go see just so you could see the preview that they were releasing. And you ended up liking the movie, though.
Might have been 2.
I think it might have been 2.
2, because Puss in Boots was introduced.
Yeah, he was awesome. That was a good introduction.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one, because that's the one where Donkey becomes the stallion. And then they do that episode of Cops, and when they pepper spray him, it's the
catnip.
The grinder.
He's got the catnip.
I love that. That whole sequence right there is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I remember from all the Shrek movies for the most part.
And I remember seeing the last one, and because I'm like a completist and I love movies and I have to go see everything, even if it sucks. And I'm sitting there in this thing, and it's just there's tons of kids in there, and they're all just, can we go? Like even they're bored out of their skulls.
Which one was that? Was that the Justin Timberlake?
The 4th one. No, it was the 4th one, I think. Justin Timberlake, I think, is in the 3rd one.
The 3rd and 4th one, they kind of melted together for me.
They're both awful, but that 4th one, even the kids in the crowd that I was in was like, can we just go?
Yeah, there's a certain point where they need to stop. Even Toy Story. Actually, I didn't dislike Toy Story 4. I could have done without it.
There are parts of it that I like. Buzz with the bunny and the bear, or the chick and the bear, the 2 stuffed animals.
The chick and the bear.
It was Key and Peele did the voices, the 2 stuffed animals that were like stitched together.
Oh yeah.
Them and Buzz, I would watch like a spin-off of those 3 because that was funny. But I think Toy Story 3 had the better ending for the toys.
Yes. Yeah, the spin-off I'd be fine with. In fact, I like the Christmas specials, things like that. Just little like
Yeah.
15-minute, 2-part type things. I love those. I look forward to those. I don't need another movie.
No, I didn't technically need 4 either. I mean, it's not terrible, but I think 3 was the best of the cappers.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that could have ended it right there. In fact, it should have ended it right there.
It should have ended it.
Yeah, it's I mean, like I said, it wasn't bad, but it was, I don't know. It's kind of, I like movies that end in a way you don't expect them to end, but that movie did not need to end on a downer, even though they were trying to make it an upper. It 3 was fine. That was your downer with a ray of sunshine. Yeah. They didn't need to separating Buzz and Woody. To me was kind of that was kind of a kick in the gut a little bit. I'm like, no, that's not how it's supposed to be. I did not need to see that. I mean, I get the message was supposed to be, life carries on kind of crap, but didn't need to happen.
Do you need to be told that when you're like 4 years old, that life sucks when you grow up?
Well, I've been telling my kids that since they were about 5, but
there you go. Then they can watch Toy Story 4.
Yeah, but I don't need a movie telling. I mean, that's my pleasure. I'm allowed to give them that.
It's your pleasure.
Yeah. Damn it. They took that away from me. Well, that's not true. I've been putting that in their head since they were young. These are the best years of your life.
And if you're going to do 4, why couldn't you do a whole new group of toys? You make them anyway, right?
No kidding. I mean...
Like, Bo Peep could have been the bridge between the two. You have that scene at the beginning where they have the original toys, like Buzz and Woody and them, and Bo Peep gets sold, right?
Yeah.
Why couldn't the rest of the movie been devoid of the Buzz and Woodies, but just been Bo Peep finding a new group of toys and going from there? I would have liked that better.
Yeah, that would have been fine. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not
having Buzz and Woody in there. It seemed kind of perfunctory because Buzz really didn't do a whole lot in the movie, and neither did the other toys. It was kind of like they were just there to be there.
Well, they didn't, because they were in the RV.
They were in the RV.
Yeah. Everything.
And Woody, you could have just had Bo Peep be the bridge between the two groups of toys. That would have been my thing.
I wouldn't, and to be honest with you, I wouldn't even done movies. Do a Disney Channel half-an-hour television show or something. Have a series or something. Don't do movies. It's kind of like big...
They weren't going to let it go because the third one made so much money. They couldn't let it go.
Oh, yeah, no, they saw.
It's like the only reason there was more Cars movies was because the car toys sold so well.
Yeah, what was it? Big Hero 6. I don't know if you watched that at all, but...
Yeah, I saw that. I don't remember much of it.
I liked Big Hero 6. It was, I thought it was pretty good, but the big issue I had with it is it got kind of left. It got left in an area where I'm like, oh, they're going to come out with more. Please don't. Because I was fine with right where it was. Turns out they do an animated TV show of it. I've actually watched a few of the episodes. Some of them aren't too bad. I'm like, oh, I'm cool with that.
See, they did it with Lilo and Stitch, and I like that show because Lilo and Stitch is one of my favorite Disney movies.
Yeah, that is good. I do like.
But they did it in a TV show after that, and I think it worked.
Did they do a TV show?
Yeah, it was pretty good too. It went for a while.
Oh, that's right. They were finding all the other experiments and stuff.
Yep, because Stitch was 626, so they had the other 625 that they were like tracking down.
And the shark dude was kind of almost friendly to them, but a enemy type. It was that basic thing. But it that I forgot about that. Holy crap.
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
That was a good way to continue. You didn't need the movies. You just had the TV show, which worked well.
Oh my God, I did.
And eventually all the kids in the hall came in to do Pleakley's family voices, which was a nice touch.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because Pleakley was which one was he? I don't remember which one he was now.
He was the one with the dark, really like curly hair.
Yeah,
really...
Kevin McDonald, I think his name was.
Yeah, it could be, yeah.
And then the rest of them, Scott Thompson and the rest of the kids in the hall came in and did voices of Pleakley's family as that show went on.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that. I'm surprised you even say Kids in the Hall. I keep thinking I'm the only person left alive that remembers that show.
I watched that show. Comedy Central used to run them, and I used to watch them all the time. It was hilarious.
Oh, did they really?
Yep.
I just remember when they used to be on HBO or something. I just remember squishing the head. And,
yep, that was...
I don't know why I got such a kick out of that, but...
Some of the stuff you didn't get, like, what? This must be Canadian humor, and sure enough it was, but... Yeah, most of that stuff was funny.
But the humor was just a little drier. It was kind of like the one the Saturday Night Live John Candy was on.
SCTV.
Yeah, that was pretty good actually.
That one I've never seen. They never showed that one, but they showed Kids in the Hall, and I got that was funny.
Yeah, I don't know how we saw it. It was before, well, it wasn't before cable, but I mean, it was when I was younger and we didn't have cable and stuff. It would be on regular TV once in a while. Maybe we did have cable and that's when it was on. I don't remember. I didn't understand things back then. Like when a show was on, I knew it was on, but I didn't always understand like there was a time slot for it or something. Because as a kid, I was always all over the place. Whether it was playing with toys or out hanging with one of my friends, well, Wise, and and, I just didn't watch a lot of TV. For me, it was Saturday morning cartoons.
Yep.
That was about it. Robotech in the morning and Scooby-Doo in the afternoon on school days.
My first TV was the Gold Star, UHF,
Yeah.
with the rabbit ears. You need to put foil on the rabbit ears. That was classic.
Yeah, Gold Star. That
Yep.
was I think Panasonic on them. They made a really good TV actually. Those
You
things
had to
last-
find the spot on the side of the casing where you could hit it,
Yep.
where it would make the screen go straight up. Yep, that was beautiful.
Yep, the nice fake wood wrapper on the side.
Yep. Yep.
God, that was classic. Hey, thanks for watching episode 3 of TalkTroopers.com. Go over to our website, TalkTroopers.com, and check to see on updates and things like that. We will be trying something new where you can actually click a link and be able to record questions you have. We might even put out there where maybe you can throw out a intro for us, maybe saying who you are, or if you have a site you want to promote. We're all for cross promotion, UHR back, well, it's yours, that kind of thing. But yeah, other than that, thanks for listening.